All right, now that the kids are back to school, it's time for parents to think about what they're packing for that school lunch. And here to talk to us about some healthy options is Colleen Fillmore. She's the Director of Nutrition Programs at the Idaho Department of Education and teaches at the University of Phoenix. Colleen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So before we get to the solution, let's talk about the problem. What are the obesity rates among children and people here in Idaho?
Well, actually, they are somewhere, as far as a percent, that's kind of a moving target, and so we don't know exactly what that is at this one time, but we are really happy in the fact that Idaho is one of the lower rates of obesity in the nation. Nonetheless, it's something that we're really working towards and having it decrease all the time.
Okay, it seems like it's gone up, at least from the rates that I've seen, it's gone up a little bit over the past few years.
It has, and we actually in the Idaho State Department of Education have really worked towards having very healthy meals. We actually have stricter standards than USDA, and we started those around 2009. So we are really pushing as far as the healthier foods and have done that for some time.
Okay, so if you are going to pack your kids' lunch, what are some healthy options? What are some guidelines that you think people should look to?
Well, actually, what I would suggest if somebody really wants to pack a lunch is that they really emulate and follow what we are doing at school already as far as the USDA National School Lunch Program. In those programs, we follow the latest dietary guidelines. We have fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lower fats, things of that nature. So I'd really go along those lines.
And you kind of also said Greek yogurt helps curb cravings, I guess?
That is one of the foods. It's a good protein food, and Greek yogurt is something that I really love. I think the students really love. You see a lot of smoothies and things like that that are in the school lunch program that has the fresh fruit, the yogurt, things of that nature. So lots of great foods.
Okay. Anything else people should know? I guess drink-wise, what should they take?
Well, fluid milk is great, water is great. In the USDA programs, we always have water, milk. Definitely do not serve things like soda pops, or even looking at vending machines in the schools and having healthy items there. And so those really go along those lines.
Okay, and even though Idaho, I guess, does have a pretty good rate compared to the nation, is there anything the Idaho Department of Education is doing right now to make it even better?
Oh, absolutely. We have worked so hard. Again, we have had stricter standards in the state of Idaho than the entire nation as far as the foods that are served in the schools. So we've done that. A lot of wellness programs that's mandated in the schools. And so a lot of that will focus on not only what they're eating, but physical activity. We work a lot with farm to school programs, which is buying local, so you have higher quality, fresh foods. So there's several different projects that we've been working on.
So if parents are kind of on the fence of, should I pack a school lunch or should I let my kids have lunch at school, you'd say the lunches at school are healthy and it's okay for them to do that? Or?
Oh, absolutely. We would really recommend that because we know that we're following the latest dietary guidelines. These meals that are served in the schools are nutrient analyzed. And so certainly parents have both options, and both options can be great, but there already is excellent food in the schools already. So if that is their choice, that is a great one to make.
All right, anything else parents should know about packing a school lunch, I guess?
Again, I would follow the dietary guidelines, really look at the fruits, vegetables, having lower fat items when they pack that lunch to make sure that it's something that is healthy for their children.
All right, sounds good. Colleen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're back right after this with a final look at your top stories, the commute, and the forecast. But first, let's get a look at this morning's Pump Patrol.